Are you officially retired? Because I saw you told Pat McAfee Buffalo is still interested in you. You could maybe jump back in.
No, I'm officially retired. It would have to be some special circumstances for me to come back out. And at this point, having removed myself from the game and having relaxed mentally,
Yeah.
what those cats do out there, on Sundays and even in practice, where people don't really get to see is crazy. So I'm done being crazy, and I've moved on, and I'm on some other things, some bigger things that God has planned for me.
So if they're out, so if Buffalo's outside linebacker can't play in the Super Bowl next year, and they give you a call, you're busy. You can't. Or is the
Well,
door
one
open?
one game I may be able to muster it up, but
All right.
I really doubt it, and I doubt they're going to call me. I'm low on in their Rolodex hitting somewhere.
How cool was it to see all their success this season?
It was great. It wasn't unexpected for me. I mean, it was something
Yeah.
that I knew that they were capable of doing, and I predicted that they were going to be in the AFC Championship game, and whether or not they was able to take that next step was yet to be unseen. Obviously, they didn't make it, and I know they're going to grow and get better from it, much like they did after our 2019 loss to Houston. That's what a lot of the success is based around. Everybody is athletic and can play, and coaches can scheme up, but it's dealing with those moments, especially if you've never experienced it as a unit, as a team. How do you overcome? How do you grow so that you can get back? And we've seen that countless times with other organizations where they get there, lose. Next year they grow a little bit, then maybe lose early, and then finally that third, fourth year, they're able to culminate all their experiences. Getting better, maybe adding a few pieces here and there, and be able to get over that hump. And I have the utmost confidence in Sean and Brandon and those men in that locker room. They'll be able to accomplish that.
Are there any positions of need you think they should address either in free agency or the draft? Do you think they can just get even better?
I mean, you can always add pass rushers, right? I think that's somewhere where they probably need to be more consistent, be able to generate that with the front four. I think Jerry Hughes does an excellent job
Yeah.
and is really underappreciated in a lot of ways
Oh
because
yeah.
he doesn't have the actual sack, numbers. That column doesn't fill up. But as far as what he's able to do, I think he's great. And to be able to add a younger guy, a younger piece, which they started to do, right? They brought in AJ Epinesa,
Yeah.
had to deal with a COVID off season for a rookie, which is really
Yeah.
hard. And we saw him kind of um, mature throughout the season. And so but I still think, having that guy that you can almost count on, a guy that Jerry can mentor and be that transition guy that they go to once Jerry decides to move on, is something of need. And I don't know. Everything else, I mean, they're really built in probably another corner, trying to figure that out. I don't
Yeah.
know, whether it's Levi Wallace, whether it's another veteran guy somewhere that's out on the market,
Yeah.
or finding somebody that's opposite of Tre'Davious White that they can keep in there and stay in there
Yeah.
because, it's kind of been a new trend of this rotation, um, type thing where they've used, multiple guards or multiple corners,
Yeah.
which those spots to me are like sacred, where it's not like a running back or wide
Yeah.
receivers or pass rushers coming in
Yeah.
and out. Those are guys that you want out there down in and down out, kind of locking it down, because continuity, I think, more so is more important than trying to figure out who's playing best at that
Yeah.
particular time.
And then at running back, do you think Moss and Singletary can get it done? Or would you bring in another guy?
No, I think those guys have what it takes. Obviously, again, Zach being a young guy, being a rookie, having another year, another off season to grow and mature and
Yeah.
understand what it means to be a professional. He's done a great job as far as in the community and doing things of that nature. But just being healthy and being able to sustain the workload of what it's going to carry, what it means for him. And I think he's going to produce. And I like their complementary skill sets that they both bring. When I think about Singletary and what he's done, and Shifty out of the backfield, he can also run in between the tackles. I think those guys are good. But just in the world we live in,
Yeah.
everybody's always looking for, where's our Alvin Kamara at, or our Christian McCaffrey? When I mean, they're great to have those pieces, but those
Yeah.
guys didn't win the Super Bowl either, right? So
No.
I think continuity, having those guys as far as character and what they mean to the organization, I think those are guys that you want to roll with. And then if you stumble upon somebody that's able to add, you add them. But I'm not. That's not my highest priority. That's not what I'm going to go out and look for because I think both of those guys are dynamic in their own right, and collectively together, they can be special.
Were there any of the guys like in the rookie class from last year that maybe you hadn't heard of that you were like, I can't believe like the front office like these guys are doing their job. Like this guy's unbelievable.
Gabriel Davis.
He's unreal. From
He
UCF,
yeah,
he's
yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah, I had opportunity to kind of watch training camp from afar last year and just kind of, helping out the linebackers. And he was one of the guys that consistently popped to me. It's like, man, this dude is nice. Who was them? I had to call a couple of guys who was 13 out there, man. He catching everything, making plays. And so, obviously to be able to find him where they did and get a lot of value out of his production, he's going to be a guy that continues to ascend and again having a off season with the team, and even though it still may not be a traditional off season, having that familiarity and already having a foundation where he can grow from, he's going to be a guy that can really step in, especially when you think about the exiting of John Brown. If Gabe could take that next step, and then obviously Cole Beasley and then Diggs, what he's able to do, and get Dawson Knox back in the mix. That is still a very formidable group as far as what they're able to do. And so I'm excited for them. Excited to see what they do.
Do you listen to Cole Beasley's rap on Spotify?
Yeah. I gotta check out my boy from time to time, man. I do a little podcast. I need to actually get him to do me an intro or something, man.
Yeah,
Dude
that'd be
has bars.
when you first met him, did you think this guy might be a great rapper?
Well, I heard Cole. I mean, he been in the music game for a while.
Oh, really?
So even before, it's not like he started rapping when he got to Buffalo. He was on, oh man, the Breakfast Club. I want to say
really
something
with
like
Charlamagne,
that. Like with Sway in the morning, some of that. And he was on there like years ago. And I was like, man, this dude got some flow to him, and so I call him Water. That's his like self-given nickname. We call him Water, but Cole is a great dude, man. Really love being around him. Love his personality, his energy, and his family. So, the dude has it, and he surprised you, right? You don't think this little white short receiver is gonna be able to have the swag and the bars that he can produce. So it's cool when you meet guys and people like that surprise you and give you the unexpected.